But I'm excited. So we left off yesterday talking about the fast start, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what is, in your opinion, what is the why behind the fast start?
For them or for
the rep?
For the rep. Just to hit the prize levels, make money.
Okay, so talking about the prize levels, why is it important to hit the prize levels?
I know I promote like having all the pieces. It's way easier to sell a homemaker set if you have all the pieces. Same with all the other things, and then Champions Night, meeting with the DVM.
Okay, so when you're talking about the fast start, what do you focus the majority of your energy and attention on?
I like each prize level.
Each prize
level. Like everyone I get like
really excited about the knives and everything? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you to think a little bit differently about a rep's fast start. Okay. So I want you to think about a brand new rep, an 18-year-old girl or guy sitting down in front of you, and they're hearing about the fast start. And so they've been with you for the last 2 days, and they obviously know the knives work. But do you think an 18-year-old who hasn't been to any Vector conferences, hasn't been with Vector for longer than 2 days, do you think an 18-year-old gets excited about knives the same way you get excited about knives? No. Okay, cool. So I'm not suggesting that you don't continue to get people excited about the prize levels. That's really important because, as we know, when you earn more Cutco, you obviously sell more Cutco. So continue to get your people excited about the prize levels. But you mentioned it before. What is another reason why we have the fast start?
So that they can make money.
Make money, yeah, exactly. So how are you talking about them making money?
Like, what do you mean? Like, sell $1,000, you make $100. Like, each promotion, I run through all of those whenever I talk about the pay and advancement.
Okay, cool. So if I were you, this is how I would do it. I would get them really excited about the different prize levels and get them all pumped up and continue doing the same fast start talk that you've been giving.
Okay.
But I would add something onto the end.
Okay.
And here's what I would do. So I go through all the different prize levels. I get them really excited about the knives. And then at the end, I'd be like, all right, guys, can I let you in on a little bit of a secret? And they're all, of course, going to say yes. Like, okay, great. Before I do that, let me just ask you 2 questions. First question, when you got started with us, when you accepted the position, and when you came to training, did you come to training because you want to be successful? They're all going to say yes. And I would even raise my hand or like nod my head just to convey the yes. And the second question, so my next question for you guys is, when you accepted this position and when you came to training, did you accept this position because you want to make more money? Yes or no? And they're going to say yes. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to let you in a little secret. I know that I just spent the last 20 minutes getting really excited about all the different prize levels that we have and how you can earn all of this Cutco. And because when you have more Cutco, you sell more Cutco, and it's really amazing. And you're earning all this money in prizes. But I also know that from your standpoint, you might be looking at me and being like, this girl is crazy. I don't get that excited about knives. So I get that. So I want to let you in on the real secret behind the fast start. The real secret behind the fast start is that in these next 10 days, I want you to earn as much money as possible. I want you to get promoted as many times as possible. Would that be something that would excite you guys? Yes or no? And they're going to say yes. Like, okay, great. So you know how I talked about the different incentive levels, the different percentages that we have? I just want to walk you through what it would look like if you took full advantage of the Fast Start. So let's say today you launch from training, or tomorrow you launch from training. It depends on when you have the Fast Start talk in your training. So let's say tomorrow you launch from training. And you go out and you do 3 presentations with qualified people. And in those 3 presentations, you sell a little bit above average, maybe like $300 to $350 in each presentation. You probably spent anywhere between 3 to 6 hours with your customers, because each demo is anywhere between an hour to 2 hours. So you spend 3 to 6 hours doing these presentations. And in your first day, you sell $1,000. Would you feel good about that? Yes or no? And they'll be like, yes. Okay, so when you sell $1,000 and let's say you do 3 presentations, you sell $1,000. With the base pay, you'll earn whatever that is. So whatever your base pay is times 3, let's say it's 15. Okay, so 15 times 3. So with your base pay, you'll earn $45. But with your incentive pay, how much money will you earn?
100.
And most of them will say 100, but they might need help with that. Like, yeah, so you'll earn $100. Which would you rather earn, 100 or 45? 100, right? Of course. So that's your first day. Now your second day, you go out, you do 5 presentations. 3 of them are sales, or 4 of them are sales, and 1's a no sale. You get your first no sale out of the way, no big deal. In those 4 of the sales, they're all average sales. So again, you sell another $1,000. You're feeling pretty good. How much money do you make now in those 5 to 10 hours that you're working? You make $150. Make sense? All right, now let's say on day 3, you go out, you've got some other things going on with your family, you need to spend some time with your family, but by this point, you've sold on 8 out of your 9 presentations, you're feeling really good, you're confident, like you know how to do the demo, like, I mean, you don't know, but like you're feeling good. So you go out and you do 2 presentations, and then you spend the rest of the day with your family. Let's just say this happens. Some of you will do a lot more than 2. But let's say you just go out and you do 2 presentations, and in those 2 presentations, you sell another $1,000. How much money do you make in those 2 presentations? You make another $150. So I just want to bring you back for a quick second. On day 1, you did 3 presentations. You sold on all 3. You sold $1,000, and how much money did you earn? You earned $100. On day 3, you only do 2 presentations, but in those 2 presentations, you sell $1,000 because you've gotten a little better at the job, and you've earned $150. So do you see the power of jumping right into this, having a fast start, and getting promoted? And they're like, yes, like, yeah, your time becomes more valuable. So whereas on day 1, you did 3 presentations, earned $100, day 3, because you've been promoted once already, you do 2 presentations, sell $1,000 in those 2 presentations, and you make $150. Do you see how your time becomes more valuable? And they'll be like, oh yeah. Like, okay, cool. Here's the best part. By day 3, because of what you've done up to this point, you have now earned your next promotion. So you come in for advanced training, you learn all of this new stuff, you're feeling really good, you're feeling really confident, you set up your next 10 presentations in the advanced training, you launch out of advanced training, and you go off, and in your first presentation, because of what you learned in advanced training, you go off and you sell a homemaker. You sell $1,000 in 1 presentation. How much money do you earn now? And they might struggle with this, like, okay, you earn $200 now in that 1 presentation. Remember, on day 1, you did 3 presentations and you earned $100. By day 4, after advanced training, because you've hit 2 promotions, you now have the ability to make $200 in 1 hour. Now, guys, I'll be honest with you, this might not happen for everybody, but I want to paint the picture of what could happen if you really take advantage of your fast start. So then you keep going on, you're having your sales, you're having some no sales, you're learning, you're getting big sales, you're getting small sales, you're having a great time. And let's say after advanced training, before the team meeting, so in the next 3 days between advanced training and the team meeting, you do 10 to 15 presentations, and in those 10 to 15 presentations, you sell a bunch of different stuff, and you end up selling $3,000 between advanced training and team meeting. And that's not going to happen in 3 presentations. That's going to take you 15 to 20 presentations to do that. And I'm going to help you set that up. But in those next 3 days, you have sold $3,000. How much money do you earn in those next 3 days? And they're going to probably look at you like, I don't really know. And you say, well, you earn $600 because you're at 20%. Does all this make sense to you? And they're going to be like, yeah. So basically, the reason why we have the fast start, yeah, we want you to win fun prizes. We want you to win more Cutco, but really what we want you to do is make your time more valuable. So let's say by the team meeting, you are at $6,000 in sales. You've already earned your first $1,000 in less than a week on the job. You've already been promoted 3 times in less than a week on the job. How many of you can get fired up about that? Raise your hand. They'll be like, yeah, me. Okay, awesome. So you come to the team meeting. You meet the team. You see some of the success that we're having on the team. And you get really fired up. And you meet together one-on-one. We figure out your schedule for the rest of your fast start. And you plan that you're going to do another 20 to 25 presentations in the rest of your fast start. And because you do that, you have now gotten to your 10K goal. And what that means is that from $6,000 to $10,000, you have now earned, what is that, 4,000 times 0.25. You have now earned an additional $1,000 in your last 4 days on the job, whereas in your first 6 days on the job, you earned $1,000. So do you see how when you push and when you really take advantage of the fast start, your time becomes more valuable? Your first 6 days, you earned $1,000, and then your last 4 days, you earned $1,000. That's 2 less days that you had to work to earn the same amount. So now we get to the end of your fast start. You've hit the 10K milestone. You are earning 30%. You're feeling good. You're feeling confident. You've come to one of our divisional events. You've been on one of our FSM calls. You've been to one of our team meetings. You've been to advanced training. We've had individual conversations. We have individual PCs. You've been calling in for PDI. You're getting way better at the job. And because of that, your sales, your average order is becoming higher. So you go out on, let's say, day 12. Let's say you take day 11 off. You go out and you relax. The day 12, it's not as intense as your fast start. So you only have 2 demos on your schedule. You go out. Your first demo is an average order of, let's say, $400. Your second demo is, let's say, it's a galley set. So that's a grand day right there. You did 2 demos. You probably worked 2.5 hours. You probably got fed in the process. You had a great time in the process. And in those 2 hours, you have now made $300. Where if you remember on day 1, in those 3 to 6 hours, you made $100. So do you see the power of taking advantage of your fast start? It's so much more than just winning prizes. It comes down to making your time more valuable, making it so that you can work part-time and earn a full-time income. Does all that make sense to you guys? And they're going to be like, yes. Like, okay, great. So before we jump into our phone jam, as we jump into our phone jam, I'm going to go around to each and every one of you, and I'm going to sit down, look at your schedule, and we're going to plan out the next 3 days so that we can ensure that by the time you get to advanced training, you are well towards your second promotion. I want you guys to hit your first promotion on your first day. I'm going to help make that happen. But really what I want to set you up for is success so that you can be one of those 10K fast starters. Who's ready to do that? Raise your hand. And I'm like, me. Like, okay, awesome. And that's how you would do that.
Cool.
How does that feel for you?
Good. I wish I would have done this sooner.
I mean, for me, it's come from, like, learning this has come from talking to top managers, but then also kind of just thinking about what speaks the most to your target audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get excited about the knives, but you don't really get excited about Cutco until you've actually done like 10 presentations and actually seen how it worked. But really what they took this job for was either A, advancement, or B, money. Most likely B, money is first. So when you can explain to them the power of the fast start and taking full advantage of the fast start as it pertains to income and really hit home on the income aspect, I think it'll land really well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like the whole like painting the picture. That way I feel like they can really visualize that.
Yeah, and there's parts where you want to make sure that you are setting the precedence that they're going to be doing a lot of presentations in their first 10 days. So like you don't want to, like, so one thing that I said was, like, let's say on day 3 you have some things with your family and you do only 2 presentations. I made sure to, like, as I continue talking about it, I mentioned 10 to 15, 15 to 20. So that way the expectation of a lot of demos has been set.
Yeah.
Cool. Any questions about that?
Just at the very end when you said like, all right, let's look over your schedule.
Yeah.
And you said like who wants to have a 10K fast start? Like what was that whole like last line kind of thing?
So I don't really know how I ended it. I recorded it. I can send you the recording too.
Okay. Yeah, that was all. It was just like how to.
Yeah, I mean, I just basically said like, all right, guys, so what we're going to do to make this really easy on you is that when you do begin to start your phone jam and like making your first couple of phone calls, I'm going to sit down with each and every one of you. For somebody it's going to be right in the beginning of the phone jam, somebody it's going to be in the middle of the phone jam. We're going to look over your schedule and we're going to plan out your next 3 days before advanced training so that we can really maximize the possibility of hitting your first and even your second promotion before advanced training.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going